your piece for the translation.
Good. Does this work?
Hi everyone, welcome to the post-match press conference with Jamie Ritchie and Gregor Townsend. And we'll be an all-in and we'll welcome questions for Jamie. First of all, if you can raise your hand, and then one of the volunteers at the side will come with you to give you a mic to ask a question. If we can have the first question, please, for Jamie.
Raise your hand, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Hi, Jamie. Just your assessment of that 80 minutes.
Pretty gutting with the result. Obviously, I think a bit of a hectic first 15 minutes or so. I think not disappointment. I think just pretty gutted with that one. To be honest, I think we created more opportunities in the game. I think we just didn't take them.
Seems crazy to say it, Jamie, after being 19-0 down in 19 minutes, but is that an opportunity missed, do you think? I think after the first kind of 20 minutes, we were definitely the better team. Like I say, we created more opportunities, so yeah, I'd say opportunity missed, but I'm proud of how we reacted to a tough start.
Gilco's not known as any sort of violent player. Were you? Gilco's not known as any sort of. He's got a great discipline record, I think, as memory serves. What were your thoughts on the sending off? I mean, I know you talked to the referee. Was it just one of these rugby incidents, as it were?
I think it's Gilco's first red card. It's a tough one. I think if you look at it by the letter of the law and how the game is at the moment, he's made shoulder contact with the head. With, I guess, no mitigating factors. It's a tough one because does he look at it if he hasn't stayed down? Like if someone stays down for any time they get hit in the head and you end up going back to look at it after a certain amount of phases, you could probably have 5 or 6 in the game. So it's a tough one, but I'm all for looking after the players because obviously I'm part of that and I don't want a scrambled brain. So yeah, I think it's just one of those ones.
And just a quick follow-up to that. He looked pretty distraught as he came off. Have you had a chance to speak to him since?
Yeah, look, he's obviously disappointed. There was no malicious intent in what he did, and nobody wants to get sent off in such a big test match. So yeah, like he was gutted, but yeah, you'll be okay, and the boys will be around him. Like nobody blames him for anything. So.
When you're behind so early and behind the 8 ball like that, how are you able to rally the team? Because we're clearly very resilient to get within 4 points and make it a real contest.
Look, we had belief that we would create opportunities. We knew that France were going to be up for the game, and they would create themselves opportunities, and they took the first couple that they had. I think. For us, like we knew that we'd be in the game. We knew that we were fitter than them. I think that showed, and yeah, it was just one of those ones where we, like I said earlier, we created more opportunities, but maybe didn't take all of them.
Any more questions? Thank you.
Thanks.
And the first question for Gregor. Just in the middle, please.
Again, just general thoughts on that one to begin with, Gregor.
I was very pleased with the performance. I thought it was the best performance of the championship. Disappointed with the result. Proud of the way the players played. Also proud of how they controlled the situation, the emotions, how they adapted to being a man down. How much belief they had in each other. But I'm disappointed we didn't take 2 or 3 opportunities that would have let us win in the game.
Championship's still alive though for you, isn't it? I mean, 2 home games coming up, it's not the end of the world.
No, look, we're obviously disappointed, but I feel we've improved from our previous game, and today there'll be so much that will come out of this game for us. There'll be things that we have to do better, but there'll be belief in how we played against one of the best teams in the world in their home stadium. And we'll need that belief and we'll need that improvement for our next game. But we'll be hugely motivated to play for a trophy back home against Ireland.
Just a second question. You any problems with the red card?
Which one?
Gregor? Yeah.
Grant?
Stripes? Yeah.
No, look, I think if you tackle in the head area or your shoulder hits the head area, then you're looking straight away as a red. And is there any mitigating circumstances? Was there a dip? Was there chest first? No, I think obviously it was not his intention. It was a second man in the tackle. It's very rare for us to have high tackles or any yellow red cards in the way we tackle. So yeah, Grant will just have to learn from that as second man in there. If he's upright, he can't be leading with the shoulder, but he's just got to tackle lower.
Just in the middle here, please.
Gregor, what were the main reasons the scoreline sort of got away from you in the first 20 minutes, do you think?
Well, the first phase, we just didn't defend well enough around the ruck area. That's what the first try. Then I think we took a little while just to get back into it when we were a man down. And then there was an interception. So I think that was the 3 tries that France scored until the 80th minute. But during that period, especially when we got ourselves back into the game, we had a lot of the game. We had the ball over the line twice, once held up, once bounced over the line. Another one where France were penalised for offside. We don't score in the corner. So that's three occasions that we managed to create try-scoring opportunities with 14 men. So that is pleasing. And it would have been good to go in at half-time closer on the scoreboard. But the conversations at half-time were all about we're here to win. This is how we're going to do it. And I felt the momentum was all with us in the second half. Just a pity on a couple of occasions we didn't build on the fact we got to that 4 points behind and really seal the deal.
Just a word about Hugh Jones, another couple of tries for him. How good has he been since he came back in?
Outstanding. The last 2 weeks I've felt, and the coaches have felt, he's going to have a breakthrough game because he's training so well, and today was that breakthrough game. And it was really good that we were able to get more ball into those wide areas in the second half. Because in the first half, I felt France defended really well out wide, and there was more opportunities for us to go through them. Ben White was getting through. Pierce Koeman on a couple of occasions got through. But in the second half, those spaces opened up out wide, and having Hugh there and the other threats we have there really created problems in the French defence.
Gregor, in recent years, Ireland have probably caused Scotland more problems than any other team. Have you, despite the result, do you maybe feel even a little bit more confident about getting one over on them in a couple of weeks' time than you did before the game?
Yeah, we'll see. Look, they're the best team in the world. We've not played them at home for a while with a crowd, so it'll be good to have that. We're going to have to play really well. A lot of the game last year we played well against them, but our discipline let us down. And if you give away penalties to Ireland, they are very efficient around what they do in the opposition 22. So discipline will have to be really good. I felt it was really good today. I felt we were winning a lot of penalties against France. I thought that we could get a yellow card as well. It was penalty after penalty, and it was our attack that was getting the penalties. And you'd just like to think that maybe one more that would have changed things a lot playing against 13 men, but ultimately it was our lack of precision on a couple of occasions that cost us scoring tries.
Also, I mean, it's not all that long since the Triple Crown was the big target for players, UK-based, British Isles players. Does it still mean anything? Is it still a thing in its own right?
Absolutely. I think look, the championship is what everyone is gunning towards, and you're going to have to win 4 or 5 games to win the championship. So if you're in the mix for a Triple Crown, then that add something different. We've not been in the mix for a while. We've not won one since 1990, so it will be a motivator. But the motivator is still to be in this championship mix come the final weekend.
Any final questions? We can do a short huddle for Scottish journalists just at the side. Thank you.